Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. And today it's kind of got to that time of year where you start kind of clearing up the crops and things that has been grown during the summer, harvesting what's left of what you've got grown on here, and then maybe thinking about what you can still plant over kind of October and into the new year. So we've got these really nice bean structures that we've had for quite a while now, and all the beans that have grown on these are the varieties that you harvest for the actual beans inside. So these quite nice dry seed pods now are full of really nice beans that we can now harvest for the seeds inside. Now I'll show these to camera shortly, but yeah, really good beans. So there's a variety of different ones on these particular structures. So on this one we've got at least probably 3 different kinds. So Old Mother Stoddard, there's something called pea bean which look like little Pokemon balls, and there's some 1,000-year-old cave beans on here as well. So what we'll do is we'll take all of the pods off these bean structures, and we'll stick them into our nice little mushroom trays. Really handy if you can get hold of these. They basically really good for holding all manner of different produce that you might want to take home, and they stack well as well. So if you can get hold of any, always definitely worth looking into. So we'll harvest what's left of these. We'll take down the bean structures that are what's left, and then we'll have a look around at the rest of this area of the plot and see what else we can do today. Looking at it even right now, I can see there's some sweet pea pods that have gone to seed that we can harvest for next year as well. So let's give that a go. Okay guys, so we'll nearly missed one there. So what we'll do is we'll remove the canes. So I've chopped off the cable tie. Yeah, I'm a bit lazy when it comes to putting these up. But that being said, probably for the last 4 years I've used string, and I've ended up basically with these in the high winds just being blown over. That little bit more strength that the cable ties give you sometimes is better, at least keeping your beans up for a longer period of time. So I've kind of once bitten twice shy kind of thing. So maybe one year I'll try the jute string again and we'll see where we go, but for now it's cable ties for me at the moment. But oh, nearly missed another 1 or 2 there. Okay, right, we'll shift these out of the way then. So just turn them upside down. Okay, a couple of extras there. Right, these can go straight on the compost, so just make sure there's no bindweed in amongst it. Okay, and the canes, I think I'm getting to the stage where I might need to replace these at some point, but because they don't last forever, unfortunately, and again, it's one of the most expensive things really that the allotment holder buys. These sunflowers have done really well this year. Okay, I'm just going to prop that behind there if I can. Probably not. Okay, let's put it behind there instead. So we'll go on to the next. We'll go on to the next one. They are kind of one season only, and I know it's plastic, but that kind of disheartening moment where you're having to replace your beam frame and try and rectify a beam frame that's destroyed by the wind is unfortunately the reason why I do it. Okay, we've also got lots of Ecocha growing here, so the Ecocha has done really well this year, so we'll harvest some more of that and I'll make some jam with this. Okay, again, this can be composted. Just make sure there's no bindweed or anything like that growing through it, which unfortunately you do get on the plots. Okay. Okay, time to clear the canes. Couple more beans there, not to miss. Okay. Okay, looks like one's broken there, unfortunately. Right, we'll turn over. The canes. Okay, that's another area cleared. Just to kind of show you what else we've got here. So the self-seeded sunflowers have done really well this year. But I'm being really careful when I'm harvesting the beans, because potentially if you get it wrong and you harvest the wrong beans at the wrong time, I'm not saying I'm not going to harvest these, but it's always best to keep your edibles away from your kind of more toxic things if you can. But having sweet peas and beans in the same area increases your pollinators to your edible beans. So it is always a good idea to have them relatively close. But if you're going to do that, please make sure that you're aware of which is which, because you can see the pods for the beans look quite similar to these. So these, they start off quite furry though. That's kind of your main difference. So these are sweet peas. So your sweet peas are absolutely gorgeous, the same kind of flower as you get on your beans, but these are not edible. So the beans inside these, or your little sweet peas inside these, are toxic, so they will potentially kill you if you eat them. So when you're harvesting, always remember, have an idea what your beans are that you're harvesting, so that you don't make any crazy mistakes and eat the wrong ones. But hopefully it's something that you'll be aware of. So the last bean structure we're going to harvest today is this one. So again, the Ococha is growing up it, and but you'll see these nice little, they were purple beans. Excuse the bite on my arm. It wasn't a bite, sorry, it was a wasp sting. Still got wasps in the compost heap, so still struggling with those. But yeah, so these were a nice little purple bean. Again, we'll harvest these for the beans inside. These are trail of tear beans. So there's the next step. We'll also clear the Ococha off this structure as well at the same time. I'm not going to harvest everything on the Ococha today, just the beans. So let's set this back up again. Okay, so the gorgeous sunflowers. Okie doke, right, blimey. You'd normally eat them before they get to that size. So the other name for this is a slipper gourd, and you can see why. Beans. Okay. So you kind of normally harvest around this sort of size, couple of inches. The seeds inside are still soft at that point, and you can eat them. Again, so nice little size. Right, another big Boston one there. Okay, right, into the beans. Okay, so we've got the canes, and again, another important thing is try and store these upright if you can. If you lay them down on the ground, they'll rot very, very quickly. Okay, so we'll put these into our makeshift storage. Upright pallet makes an ideal place to keep your garden canes. Okay. Okay, so we've pulled out the canes. It looks like there's a couple more beans kicking around. And like I say, always be careful that you're picking the right ones, and not the sweet peas. Okay, so we've got a nice tray of beans, so we'll need to pod those later on and then get them stored, and a nice tray of Ococha that we've taken off. This is just off the ones really that were growing up the other bean frames. So what have we got left? We have sunflowers that seem to die in the high winds, so unfortunately they're all on the floor now, so we'll have to harvest those and take the heads off them. And the rest of the Ococha plant is still there, so we'll harvest some more of those. And my compost heaps aren't looking great. Again, it's that I'm not really looking forward to clearing them at the moment because of the wasps that are there. And that's the new one I sorted out. But again, the wasps are paying a bit of attention to that as well. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway,